Hey everyone, Rachel from Lighthouse for Life here, and I'm coming at you with another book. Today is a really beautiful day. The rain is over, the birds are chirping outside, and I thought we could take a trip on a pirate ship. This book is called Fairweather Pirate Captain, and it is by all-time fave Janine Sanders, illustrated by Leslie Danson. And I'll be doing just a review on this one rather than a reading. But I used to love pirates. I used to be obsessed with anything pirates. If you had given me a choice between being a pirate or a princess, I would have told you that I wanted to be a pirate princess. That would have been the ultimate goal for 8-year-old Rachel. And I am still working to accomplish that dream. But I can kind of relive that in books like this with a female pirate captain, which is really exciting for someone like me. And so this book is teaching children about gender equality, respectful relationships, empowerment, diversity, leadership, recognizing bullying behaviors, and the prevention of violence. All great things to talk about. And in a previous video, I was reading No Means No, and we talked about physical boundaries. And this book in particular is more about relational boundaries. So the boundaries between individuals or groups and other groups. And what I really want to begin with is what a boundary is. And essentially, a boundary is my decision of what is okay for someone to, for the behavior of others towards me. Now, I am not responsible for other people's behavior towards me in the choices that they make and the actions that they choose. But I can decide, and I have responsibility to communicate what activities, words, situations, everything that can happen outside of me, what I allow myself to get into and what I allow others to do around me. So, for example, uh, if I was on the playground and someone was throwing sand at me, it's not my responsibility to stop that person by any other means than saying, no, stop. I don't like it when you do that. I don't need to push them. I don't need to shove them. I don't need to scream at them. But I need to communicate that it is not okay with me. I don't have to put up with it. I can move. I can tell a teacher. If it gets in my eyes, I can go to the nurse. But I can decide what behaviors are okay and which ones are not okay. Another example would be someone who likes to gossip in my class and they want to tell me some secrets about another girl or boy that they heard about. Well, if I don't like gossiping and it makes me feel gross on the inside, it's my decision to allow that behavior, to allow that gossip to enter my body, my head, or for me to say, no, I don't want to hear about that. I don't have to do anything else other than communicate where that boundary is. A boundary is not a punishment for the other person, it's a protection for me because people are relational. People have connections between them, and when we have healthy boundaries, both sides of the boundary hopefully feel healthy and happy, and we can have a better relationship. But if one person on either side of the boundary doesn't communicate what those boundaries are and take steps to make sure the other person knows that and listens to those boundaries, then a relationship can get in a really difficult place. So, for example, Captain Pearl Fairweather has a beautiful, diverse pirate ship where she has lots of female pirates who are on board her ship and they sail on her ship Harmony. And a value of Captain Fairweather is harmony, peacefulness, interconnectivity. So she really values um, everyone respecting each other. Well, they come into contact with Captain Macross, and that is this gentleman right here with the eye patch. And he is definitely not the same kind of pirate that Captain Pearl is. He is your stereotypical, angry, fighting, violent, get out of my way kind of pirate. That was a terrible pirate voice. I apologize. He's a scurvy dog. Rawr. I think I do need to work on my pirate accent. But he is someone who doesn't respect other people's boundaries. He hurts them. He insults them. He yells at them. And Captain Fairweather communicates, no, that's not okay. He says, I'm going to board your ship. And she says, no, you're not. This is my ship. And you can come on my ship if I invite you, but you cannot come here unless I invite you. In the other book, that was sort of like the No Means No book. That was sort of similar to when her cousin wanted to tickle her or when her aunt wanted to kiss her on the cheek. We get to say, no, you don't get to do that right now. And our no does mean no. So what happens is Captain Fairweather and Captain Macross, their ships both get caught up in a storm. And Captain Macross's does not survive, whereas Captain Fairweather makes it to safety in a nice lagoon. And Captain Macross's crew wants to board her ship. See, here they are, stranded in their boat. And so she offers them, she offers them a deal. They can accept her rules, and the rules are that you will all work with me and my crew in peace and harmony. That you will never, ever think you are better than anyone else on the ship. 3, that you show respect to all the sailors aboard this ship. And 4, that you do not try to take over my ship again. Well, all of Captain Macross's scurvy crew decides to take Captain Pearl up on her offer and join her ship. They choose to respect her boundaries of peace, responsibility, respect, and harmony. But Captain Macross chooses not to, and so he does not get to be in relation with Captain Fairweather and her entire crew plus his, and he's alone at the end of the story. One of the hardest things to communicate is that boundaries are difficult. You have to practice them, and you have to continually work at them and be aware of what your boundaries are. So I really encourage all adults, whether they have children in their lives or not, to reflect on their own boundaries. Do you let people know when they're crossing a verbal boundary? Do you let people say things in your presence that you're not comfortable with? Do you let people push you physically or push you around emotionally? Really just think, and then it might be a good idea to then have that conversation with your child. What are their boundaries? Do they like it when people are screaming and yelling? That's a boundary for me. I don't like it when there are lots of loud noises at home, and so I have to communicate to my family when it's too loud and it hurts my ears and I get a headache. The other thing about boundaries is that we have to respect the boundaries of others. We have to accept it if we want to be in relationship with them. So the crew that was Captain Macross's crew decide to respect Captain Fairweather's boundaries, and then they get to be in relation to her. And they get to be close with her and enjoy the privileges of being with her and her crew. And that's wonderful and exciting. But when you don't respect boundaries, then you don't get in relation with people who are safe and you don't get to enjoy the happiness that can come with being friends or family. So I want us to think about that, especially during this time when boundaries with everyone close together, boundaries might be really hard, and this is a wonderful chance to practice. If it's space boundaries that need to be respected, or volume in the house boundaries that need to be respected, or just personal time, saying, I can't talk with you right now, I need to take care of me. Um, Demonstrating that for the children in our lives is significant, and just as much as they're growing, we're growing too. So everyone take care, enjoy whatever you're doing today. Hopefully that will give you pleasure and bring you relationship with others. My name is Rachel again, and I hope you all stay safe and take care.